Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very, very much for being with me. Today I want to talk about two different topics, but it has to do with one main problem, and the problem is those committing crime. My detectives and deputies simply are the very best, and my deputies are out patrolling last night, as they do every night, and they hooked onto a pair of stolen vehicles. One was a silver Ram, the other one was a red Nissan, both of them obviously pickup trucks that were going eastbound on Interstate 4. Well, the red pickup truck pulled off to the side of the road. We had the highway patrol involved, obviously my deputies, the Lake Alfred Police Department, and we're all out looking for these two stolen vehicles. The Lake Alfred Police Department sees this red truck on the side of the road and goes, there is one of them. So he pulls in front of the vehicle, waiting for deputies and troopers to arrive as his backup. Immediately, the car takes off, tries to drive through the median to go westbound on Interstate 4. Well, for whatever reason, either it's dark and he didn't see the retaining wires, he ran into them and he was stuck and we arrested him. So who was this brilliant guy? Jeremiah Ham. Jeremiah Ham is 14 years old. Did you hear what I said? 14. We arrested him. We charged him with possession of a stolen vehicle, curfew violation, resisting arrest, fleeing, no driver's license. It's really not his fault he doesn't have a driver's license, because you can't get one at 14, but he still doesn't have one. So we take him into custody. The other vehicle drives on. It's driven by Tamari Lucas. We find him north of Interstate 4 on Highway 27 at the Ronald Reagan Parkway. Now, he's at a convenience store. So deputies swoop in to arrest him. He can't drive away in the vehicle because they pinned in the vehicle, so he jumps out of and begins to run. We arrest him and take him into custody. He has another person with him who flees, and that person is not in custody yet, but we're looking for them. So let's talk about the rest of the story, because you may say, okay, couple of stolen vehicles, they're together. Tamari is 24, and he's running with this 14-year-old, and we don't know how old their accomplice was that got away, but we do know this. We notified the Pasco Sheriff's Office and the Tampa Police Department, and this is also to notify other law enforcement agencies. Pasco says they suspect these two guys of approximately 35 burglaries of vehicles in their counties. How did they commit the burglaries? They opened unlocked doors and stole stuff. The Tampa Police Department's involved. They suspect them possibly of 30 burglaries to vehicles. Now understand what we're saying to you. It appears that in the last day or two or three, these two folks and their accomplices, because we have some ring door cameras from some neighborhoods in Pasco where there were a total of 4 people, broke into at least 60 or 65 cars. And the investigation is ongoing. So we want you to take a look at them. We'd like for you to go back and look at your ring cameras, your neighborhood cameras, and see if you recognize them prowling around in your neighborhoods in Polk, Pasco, Hillsborough. But apparently, last night, there were no conveyance burglaries in Polk County. They were passing through. Well, when we were arresting Tamari Lucas, he made the statement, hey, I'm in Osceola County. I'll be in, I'll be out. One of the detectives said, no, this is Polk County. And he said, O.F. Grady Judd. Those guys don't play there. Well, the reality is we want all burglars to understand that nobody plays. Pasco County, they're about to learn, doesn't play. When they can put a case together, they're going to charge them with up to 30 or 35 cases. Tampa PD the same way. But they apparently were going to cruise through Polk County until our deputies, who are the very best, caught them. But that's not the end of the story. Let me go a little deeper. Tamari Lucas he's from Tampa, has 30 previous criminal charges, 8 convictions, both violent and nonviolent crime. You pick it: drugs, burglaries, firearms, assaults. How many times has he been to state prison? 0. Not once. Now here's Jeremiah Ham. This kid is 14 years old. His first arrest was in Tampa 2 years ago for armed robbery with a firearm. That's when they had that other state attorney. The charges were, guess what? Not filed. 12 years old, robbery with a firearm, not filed. Then let's go just a few months after that July 22nd or July 2022 event when he was 12. Now it's March of 23. He's arrested again for what appears to be 3 burglaries. 2 of them were not filed, and 1 was null prost, and he was released once again without any charges. So let's go from March of 23 to September of 23, when he was arrested by the police in Tampa, because he's also from Tampa, and he's pending felony drug charges, misdemeanor resisting charges, and trespassing charges. Well, I checked with the Department of Juvenile Justice. He's on non-supervised release from the courts pending court action. That's 4 times, and a multiple of charges in the last 2 years, starting when he was 12. I want you to think about that a minute. Has anyone in the court system in Hillsborough County, has anyone in Department of Juvenile Justice, as these charges file through them, said, hey, maybe this kid needs an intervention. Maybe he needs help because the cops keep arresting him and we keep turning him loose. So while he's waiting on court attention from his September arrest, we catch him in a stolen vehicle in Polk County after he's suspected of doing as many as 60 or 65 burglaries with his partners in Pasco and Hillsborough. He's not learning. His parents obviously don't care. The system is not teaching him anything. He's getting away with a lot. Wake up. If you don't hold him accountable, that encourages him to go out and commit more crime, and we want to get his attention before he ends up getting killed or killing someone else. Tamari Lucas is 24. He knows better. He knew he shouldn't have been in Polk County, and he got arrested. So at the end of the day, our goal is to give them a Christmas present. And that Christmas present is like an orange jumpsuit, a trip to the jail where we can hold them, and on Christmas, we'll give Tamari a slice of turkey off a loaf. You see, people in the jail think that turkeys are square because that's the only way they eat their turkey is off of a loaf. So They need to be jailbirds. This one for a very long time. This one is going to need some significant intervention, like time in programs, and hopefully we get him under control before he gets killed out here in the streets. Some time in state lockup would be really good for him too, to find out that the state doesn't play either. Are there any questions?
Sheriff, what is their relationship? How did they meet?
We don't know how they met at this point in the investigation. We do know this, that it's under investigation. Pasco's talking to them now. Tampa PD's actually working up their cases as well. We're going to determine that. Also, we know there's at least 2 other associates. Last night, there was only 1 associate when they passed through in stolen vehicles. But at the end of the day, we will determine who all was involved in this operation. Tampa Police Department, Pasco Sheriff's Office, professional agencies, they jumped on this investigation as soon as we discovered these folks. But what we need is for DJJ and the court system to understand we've got to get tough on these people. Otherwise, they're going to continue doing what they're doing. And there were 35 victims in Pasco, 35 victims in Tampa that we know of at this point in the investigation. More charges are pending. Oh yeah, more Christmas charges for these folks, guaranteed.
And do you have a message just for people who are leaving their belongings and vehicles unlocked?
I have said this until I'm blue in the face. People that don't lock their cars and leave the car fob in there can expect their vehicle to be stolen. People who leave their credit cards, their cash, their guns in unlocked cars can expect that stuff to be stolen. When these guns were stolen, the last time we arrested a kid, he told me, I get $300 a piece for these guns on the street. So if he's not personally using it, this was a little gangbanger, to shoot up the ops, as they call them, the opposition, then they're selling them for $300 a piece. And it's almost, when I say it, it seems like we're marketing, they're going, hey, they got another idea. These kids already know. You flip car handles enough, somebody's not going to lock their car and leave their cash or their credit cards in there. So if you want to keep your stuff, lock it up. That's a clue. That's a free Christmas present from Santa Grady. Lock up your stuff and you can keep it. Otherwise, Santa criminal Grinch will have it and give it to their kids or their associates for Christmas. Okay? Thank you very much.
Oh, the pirates, the porch.
Yes, I forgot the porch pirate. Let me talk about the porch pirate. This is Kinsley Mott. Kinsley Mott is 32. She's from Bartow. Kinsley is a thief, a criminal. And she went into a subdivision where they had just delivered some presents, and she took the presents. That's correct. She took the presents, and she was driving a red Ford Ranger pickup truck. She also works at Hungry Howie's in Juanita. So we went to Hungry Howie's in Juanita not to purchase a pizza, but to look for Kinsley. And we found her. So we asked her during the interview, why did you steal the presents? She said, well, I stole them because I'm going to give them away as presents for Christmas. So how about turning them back to us so we can get them to the owners? She wouldn't do it. That's pretty brazen. She would not tell us where the stolen property was. Obviously, we did not have the probable cause to get a search warrant, or we would have gone into her house, or her vehicle or her friend's house to have recovered it ourselves. But then she made this statement. When we first started the investigation or the interview, she didn't want to talk to us. And so we showed her the picture on the camera from where she stole the property, right? And she said, what if it was someone else who just had my face? If I was going to pick another face, it wouldn't be that one. Just saying. Now, she's got a red nose because she was crying at some point in time. This is not Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is Kinsley the Red-Nosed Criminal, locked up, porch pirate. So at the end of the day, she's locked up in jail. We still are working on this investigation. Oh, by the way, she has a history of fraud, thefts, drugs, in addition to working at Hungry Howie's when she's not committing crime. Okay? Y'all have a good day. We still have some days before Christmas, but if y'all don't get back over here, have a very Merry Christmas, okay? See y'all later. God bless you.